It is 2 o'clock in the morning in a quiet, pitch-black suburban neighborhood. While the entire house is fast asleep, a person wakes up, reaches for their glowing phone screen, and clicks buy on a simple $10 phone charger cable. Less than 12 hours later, before that person even sits down for lunch, a brown delivery van pulls up and that exact $10 cable is sitting on their front porch. It feels like absolute magic, doesn't it? But here is the mind-blowing financial reality that no one is talking about. The retail giant that sold that cable actually lost money on the shipping alone. In fact, delivering a tiny $10 package across state lines in under 12 hours is a total, complete financial disaster on paper. So, why on earth are the world's most aggressive multi-billion-dollar corporations spending trillions of dollars to build massive distribution networks that lose money on millions of individual orders every single day? Because they aren't selling you a cable at all. They are running a masterclass in long-term customer lock-in. The $10 cable is just the cheap, shiny hook designed to lure you into a hidden, hyper-optimized financial maze. A maze where a single package embarks on a high-stakes, clock-defying journey and exposes the secret mechanical monster powering modern capitalism. To see how this insane financial trick actually works, you have to follow that exact $10 cable the exact millisecond that order is placed. The moment your thumb hits the screen at 2 in the morning. A silent, high-frequency digital signal shoots across thousands of miles of fiber-optic cables. It bypasses local customer service entirely and instantly triggers a central mainframe connected to a 1 million square foot megahub located 500 miles away. Inside this vast, glowing structure, there are no bright retail lights or friendly store clerks. There is only a dizzying sea of steel racks stretching 4 stories into the air. And this is where the mystery deepens. The algorithm doesn't send a worker to grab your cable from a shelf labeled electronics. Instead, it routes the order to a handheld terminal carried by a worker standing in a completely different, totally unrelated section of the building. Why? Because modern distribution centers do not group similar items together. A box of phone cables sits right next to a tub of peanut butter, which sits right next to a pair of winter boots. It looks like complete, unorganized chaos, doesn't it? But this seemingly bizarre setup is actually a calculated mathematical masterstroke known as chaotic storage. If a warehouse grouped all 5,000 phone cables in one single aisle, hundreds of workers would constantly crowd into the exact same narrow space, creating massive traffic jams and crushing fulfillment speed. By scattering inventory randomly across millions of cubic feet based on algorithmically calculated algorithms, the system ensures that no 2 workers ever cross paths. Every single step a worker takes is ruthlessly optimized down to the exact second. But as this worker reaches for your $10 cable, a terrifying, invisible ticking clock begins to beat inside their ear. You see, every single floor worker carries a digital scanner that acts as a relentless, unforgiving master. The screen doesn't just display the item's location. It displays a countdown timer. 14 seconds to reach the next bin, 12 seconds to scan the barcode, 10 seconds to drop the item into a yellow tote. If a worker falls behind by just a few seconds, their personal efficiency rating drops on a central corporate dashboard. Fall below 95% efficiency for the week, and automated flags trigger warnings that can lead to immediate termination. The pressure is raw, intense, and deeply emotional. Humans are pushed to their absolute physical limits, walking up to 20 miles a day on rock-hard concrete floors, desperately trying to beat an algorithm that never gets tired, never takes a breath, and never slows down. Yet, despite pushing human biology to the absolute brink, companies realized a heartbreaking financial truth. Human beings, no matter how fast they run, are still far too slow to make 12-hour shipping profitable. So, how did they solve this crushing human bottleneck before the entire system collapsed under its own weight? They introduced a brand new mechanical species to the warehouse floor. The moment that yellow tote containing your cable drops onto a main conveyor belt, it enters a mind-bending automated labyrinth. Miles of high-speed rollers crisscross the facility like a giant, frantic roller coaster. Thousands of packages race side by side at 30 miles an hour. High-speed optical cameras sweep overhead, reading barcode labels in milliseconds, while pneumatic arms kick packages onto different tracks with terrifying precision timing. If a single package flips upside down or shifts 2 inches out of line, the system detects the anomaly instantly, diverting it into a side lane before it can cause a catastrophic pileup that would freeze millions of dollars in inventory. The package shoots down the ramp and lands directly at a custom packaging station. But here lies another massive financial secret that saves these corporations billions of dollars every single year. You might think a worker just picks up a random cardboard box, throws the cable inside, and tapes it shut. Absolute wrong. A specialized software algorithm scans the physical dimensions of the item and calculates the absolute precise box volume needed down to the millimeter. It then measures the exact length of packing tape required, dispensing it automatically. Why such extreme precision for a cheap cardboard box? Because in the world of high-volume logistics, shipping empty air is the ultimate financial sin. If a company ships a box that is just 2 inches too big, that extra air takes up precious physical space inside a long-haul semi-truck. Multiply that by 2 million packages a day, and the company is essentially paying millions of dollars every week just to haul empty air across the country. Every square inch of a truck trailer is mapped, monetized, and packed with mathematical ruthlessness. By eliminating wasted space, they squeeze thousands of extra packages into every single shipment. But just as your perfectly packaged cable is loaded onto a semi-truck at 4 in the morning, the entire operation runs directly into its most expensive, most brutal financial wall yet. That wall is the infamous last-mile bottleneck. Getting a package across 500 miles of highway on a massive 18-wheeler is shockingly cheap. It costs just pennies per unit. But getting that same package from a local sorting center across the final 5 miles, through heavy morning traffic, red lights, apartment gates, and onto your front porch, accounts for over 50% of the total shipping cost. This is where the business model completely breaks down on paper. Fuel costs, driver wages, vehicle wear and tear, and missed deliveries turn the final 5 miles into a giant, cash-burning furnace. So, how do logistics giants survive a last-mile delivery system that loses money on almost every single small box? They pull off a brilliant financial maneuver known as strategic density monetization. They know that delivering one single $10 cable to your house is a guaranteed financial loss. But their master plan isn't based on your single order. Their advanced machine learning algorithms group your neighborhood into tight, hyperdense microclusters. When the delivery van enters your street, the driver isn't just dropping off your cable. They are dropping off paper towels to house number 12, a blender to house number 16, and dog food to house number 22. By stacking dozens of high-margin items into the exact same neighborhood delivery route, the megacorporation spreads the fixed cost of the driver and fuel across 20 different orders. The loss on your $10 cable is instantly erased by the profits made on the high-ticket items sitting right beside it in the back of the van. They don't care about making a profit on every single box. They care about dominating the total volume of your entire street. And that brings us to the ultimate, hidden psychological trap driving this entire industry. A secret that transforms a simple logistics network into an unstoppable money-printing machine. When that brown van pulls up to your house at noon, and you open your door to grab that small box, a powerful chemical reaction happens inside your brain. You feel an instant surge of dopamine, a feeling of total convenience, power, and instant gratification. You didn't have to get in your car. You didn't have to drive to a store. You didn't have to wait in line. The entire global supply chain moved at breakneck speed just to serve you in your pajamas. And that emotional high creates an unbreakable psychological addiction. The next time you need household supplies, clothing, or electronics, you don't even bother comparing prices at a local store. You immediately open the app, because your brain has been deeply conditioned to expect absolute, effortless speed. The $10 cable was never meant to generate a massive profit margin. It was a psychological loss leader, a calculated investment designed to lock you into an all-encompassing retail ecosystem. Once you are hooked on the magic of 12-hour delivery, you willingly pay annual subscription fees buy higher margin goods, and stream their media platforms, turning a single small purchase into thousands of dollars of lifetime customer value. When you look closely at the journey of that simple package,